You Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Oh, what a wonderful feeling. What a wonderful feeling. I'm going to say up front, first and foremost, Ange Postecoglou. Fair enough, lad. Fair enough. Whatever you want to say about the quality of opposition, whatever you want to say about the league form and anything, and I've had more than my fair say on Tottenham's league form and all that type of thing, right? Ange Postecoglou has absolutely smashed tonight. The management tonight, the compactness, the compact nature of the way in which we were playing, the way in which we contained Bodo Glimt, a team that scored in every single game they've played in 2025 on this difficult pitch and all this type of stuff, right? He's absolutely smashed the game management in that one. Every single one of those players has been brilliant. I saw some people moaning about the kind of the quality of the game and all that type of thing. Look, listen, I don't care. I don't care at all. Tottenham killed that fixture. Like, it shows you that we can do that. We can we go on about, we've been going on about for years and years and years and years, Tottenham being smart in big games like this. That the teams that win tournaments, the teams that go on and come through difficult semi-finals, noise type of thing, are the ones that play smart, that kill a fixture, that don't care. They don't care that an expectant public are watching a semi-final, a showpiece fixture, and want a good game. Oh, we've just watched Barcelona versus Inter the other night. All this type of stuff doesn't matter. Like, not every single game is like that. And just seeing Spurs kill a game, throttle it, knowing that we were already winning, perfect. Well done, Ange Postecoglou. Well done, that Tottenham Hotspur defence. I saw why, and I totally got it because I felt it entirely. You could see how like vexed they were that that penalty was given. Obviously, it got turned over because it just definitely wasn't. But you could see how annoyed they were, and that was because they were going to lose a clean sheet because they deserved that. You saw Romero celebrating at the end when he stifled that attack. Like when he knocked it out for the corner or whatever it was, he was like celebrating, giving it all the vamos and all that. Like, because they deserved it. They absolutely deserved it. They deserved the clean sheet. They deserved to have their efforts for that evening recognised by a clean sheet. Like, and whatever people can say, oh, it wouldn't have mattered, but it does. This stuff does matter. This stuff matters for the confidence of a team to know that we've played a certain way to stop them from scoring. All that the talk has been about before this, right? All that the talk about before this has been Bodo's plastic pitch, like how Spurs are terrible or whatever, Spursy and all this type of thing. And then the rest of it's all been about Manchester United. TNT's coverage has all been about Manchester United. Talksport earlier, all they were doing, going on about Man United, Simon Jordan and Jim White. And I think a Spurs fan, I know a Spurs fan texted in to say, like, you realise Spurs are in a semi-final tonight as well, lads. Like, it's true. It's all been around this. And I get it. We've all had a moan about how Spurs have been domestically. The majority of us have. And I think a lot of that still stands. But I say again, as I said at the top, I'll repeat for the people at the top, Ange Postecoglou has smashed that game management tonight. And yes, it begs the question, why haven't we? But let's not. Let's just not tonight. Spurs are in a European final. Spurs are in a European final. We've played brilliantly. Like, we've played that fixture perfectly. And we've now got Manchester United in a European final. And you know what? We've done them 3 times already this season. Let's make it 4. Like, we comprehensively done them this season. We slapped them about at Old Trafford. Like, come on, man. Like, I know Maddison's a miss. I know Bergval's a miss. But at the same time, we've got great players. We really do. And it's nice to get a reminder of that. It's nice to get a reminder of the fact that we are a good team. We are a good team. And it's been lost in the mire of like what's happening domestically this year. But we've got some brilliant players in this side, and we are a good side. We're a good side. And I think that's another thing I want to nod to, like another kind of because it's been so grating, so jarring in the lead up to this game, having to hear the kind of, and I've said it before, this kind of posturing, this quasi intellectualism of, oh well, Bodo are actually, they're a great team, and Tottenham are going to have a, let's get it right, like fair enough. Like, and I genuinely mean this. I genuinely mean no disrespect to Bodo Glimt. Like, I like fair play to them. Their story, from what I understand, domestically is a great one. They've come up from the doldrums of Norwegian football itself. They've made their way to the top division. They're now one of the most, one of the strongest sides in Norwegian football. And it's all been done organically. There's been no cash injection. It's just been a story of a smart club, a well-run club, all that type of thing. Great. Hats off to them. They've made a major European semi-final. Again, well done. Brilliant. Wonderful to them. But why do we have to pretend? Why do we have to pretend? And we, you can talk about the resources available to teams in the Premier League, and there's context as to why Spurs are so much more powerful. And I get it more when people will say, why is it teams like Bournemouth can spend more money than Ajax nowadays and all that type of thing? Yes, like we get it. The Premier League, it's got an overinflated opinion of itself. It's got an overinflated power because of the money that's drawn into the league, because of the amount of people that watch it. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that we have to pretend that the Premier League isn't a ridiculously powerful league that isn't filled with ridiculously strong teams. And yes, we've had an abysmal season, but we were also pretending that Tottenham aren't one of the better sides in the Premier League. Like Tottenham as well, we're a seasoned European outfit now. And it's funny for us to say this of ourselves, but it is when you stop to think about it. Today, it's 6 years since the anniversary of Ajax, right? And how fitting that is. How fitting that is. 6 years to the day, we, in a green kit, make another European final. Yes, I'm not taking away from tonight. It's not as big getting to Europa League final as it is a Champions League final. I don't have that same buzz, but Ajax was something else, and the Champions League is a magical competition. It's bigger than anything, other than the World Cup. It's second only to that. It's huge. So I'm not doing a contrast and compare today. I'm just simply saying that 6 years to the day we've made a European final, right? We've been playing for 2 decades now. The past 2 decades, we've been playing European football pretty much every season, right? Why do we have to be like so many of these people? Like it's the way it's like put forward, the way this idea is put forward. It's like you're an idiot. You're an idiot if you think that Spurs should be winning this game. Like, yes, there's a point to be made that don't underestimate your opposition, but you shouldn't underestimate any opposition in any team. And I think it's disingenuous now for people to suggest, oh, nobody was actually saying that Spurs might go. Yes, they were. Lots of people were trying to sort of tacitly make this point that Spurs were sort of the underdog in this, that actually, if you're in tune with what's going on, you will understand that no, we have this all the time. We had this against Frankfurt in the last leg. We had this a few years ago. Funnily enough, in the season we got to the Champions League final, where we were all told, "Oh, Spurs aren't going to get past Dortmund." We sailed past Dortmund. People get too high. People get too high on this idea. And the funny thing is, like, people are so eager to distance themselves from like the cretins, from the proles, from the banter accounts that make Spursy jokes and all this and all that. But even people who feel that they are on this pedestal, on this elevated position of understanding football, they still get drawn into the same ideas, the same tropes that Spurs are Spursy and Spurs are going to mess up and all this type of stuff. Like, we're still like, people are still so like reticent to give us the credit that we deserve as a team. Like, look at it already. Look at it. We've had a couple of seasons outside the Champions League. It's Spurs' place in the top 6. Why do people consider Tottenham a bigger team than Aston Villa? Do it for 10 years, Villa. Honestly, do it Do it for more than a couple of times. Get to a Champions League. Yes, I know you won it in the 80s, but at the same time, get to a Champions League final. And then let's start these whole conversations about what Spurs are and what Spurs aren't and all this type of thing. And I think the fact that we've shown up tonight, we've shown up across these two legs and just given this lot a pasting. We have, and I'm sorry, we have. It hasn't been close. It hasn't been. Tonight was not close. We comfortably contained everything they could throw at us. Like, and fine, fair enough to them. Like, they've done well. That's the thing. That's the point I'm not trying to make away. But the point I am trying to make is that Spurs are a good team. We're a good team. We're a strong team. And it's nice to see them remember that. It's nice to see them remember that at the right time this season. And fair play again to Ange Postecoglou, because I'm sure his speech was a blinder. His game plan has been a blinder. He's absolutely smashed tonight. And bring on the final. Bring on United. Bring on the final. Like, shouldn't be scared of them. We shouldn't be scared of them. It's a final. Like, it's not saying that we're going to win, but at the same time, they're quite crap. You know? Yes, you can point to our season. I understand that. But I can also point to their season. And I can point to the fact that we've beaten them 3 times this season already. Come on, you Spurs. I just love it. I love these times. I love these times when this club actually just remembers who it is. When it remembers what it is. As I was saying on the Patreon preview, that one of the things, and this is one of the things about this club, we talk about Spursy, we talk about DNA and all this type of thing. But one thing that I think even your most sort of pessimistic Tottenham fans, what they all the one time that we will chest out, back ourselves, is midweek football, European football under the lights at White Hart Lane. Like most Spurs fans will always say, we can beat anyone on our day. In those circumstances, midweek under the lights at White Hart Lane, the all-white kit, all of it. Because we've got European heritage. We do. We're a European side. We're a European... We've got more than they do down the road. Like, we do. And whatever. They lost last night, and that's great. And it was a bit of a weight off the shoulders, but I'm not talking about them tonight other than this tiny little bit, right? It is, again, it's another thing that people want to take away from us. They want us to accept this kind of like narrative of the past few years that we're this useless team. We're one of the most successful teams in English football of all time. We're one of the most successful teams. 0 trophies. Tottenham don't do this. Tottenham don't do that. We've won this trophy twice before, 2 more times than Arsenal have. And yet you wouldn't hear that. You wouldn't get that from the way in which the club is spoken about. But games like tonight and ties like this and getting to this type of a final is a nice reminder to people that, you know what? Do one. Do one. And I'm glad that they could remember that. I'm glad that there was obviously a bit of pride in the shirt tonight, because it's been sorely lacking this season. But if it's coming at the right time, then whatever, bring it on. Like, if we win the Europa League this season, history will remember this season for us winning the second largest competition in club football available to us in Europe anyway, you know? And it's glorious. And every single one of you watching this or listening to this better be down there on the Tottenham High Road. If we win it, you better be down there on the Tottenham High Road. We want to see 1 million people, millions of people out on the Tottenham High Road. I want it to be declared like a, martial law, to be called. I don't know if I want. I'm just being silly, but I'm sure somebody will tell me why that's a very bad thing. No, I'm not going to say. I'm not inciting that. Get in there, Tottenham. Come on, you Spurs. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Superb big dumb face. That's not actually a comment to me, but says Coys. Jack Underhill says, how's that for our mid-table Norwegian press and aversion to Play-Doh pitches? Get in there, yeah. Where's that defender now? Talking about Tottenham's press. Be gracious in defeat. Be gracious in victory, but be gracious in defeat, lad. James Forster. Yes, Jack. This is what football is all about. So proud of how composed and professional we were. Now let's go out and do them for the fourth time this season, Coys. Yes, James. Yes. Comment from Ange Postecoglou. Never doubt me, mate. Sorry, Angelos. Sorry, lad. Section 206, proper Brexit ball. No, I'm not having that. Don't agree. I know what he's sort of saying, but I'm not. Nah, I think it was better than that. Walex says, I hope the players slate them in their post-match interviews. Awful press. Yes, agree. James Forster says, one more thing. Spurs are on their way to Bilbao. Get in there. Beat Plate says, come on. When you remove the snow in spring, Bodo frightening home form has been revealed as nothing more than, than a pathetic old man hiding behind a curtain, pulling some levers and pressing buttons. Praetorian Dwarf, how have we managed this? We've had so many better teams in the Europa League and flopped all the time. Now this team, our worst in years, somehow managed to make a European final. Bonkers. Well, 6 years to the day, we did make a European final, a much better team than this one, arguably. But as I've sort of said in previous weeks gone by, and like after the last, I think, game on this and everything, I think again, whatever I've said about Ange Postecoglou, his football this season, maybe just this kind of mad adjacent approach to football, or just whatever it is, whatever his guts and glory type approach is, maybe it was just built for this moment. Maybe, yeah, the league form has suffered because the strength of the Premier League, and perhaps there has been a level of naivety to that on his part, or whatever. I don't know. Injuries playing a part, all these types of things, right? But at the same time, like if it's coming to fruition in a cup competition of this size, and if we do it, fair play. He deserves his dues. He deserves respect for it. If you know, if he does it to even get us to the final, you know what? Even getting us to the final, he deserves respect for that. He does. He does. I will happily say that. You know, and I've been digging him out plenty for it, but you know, and you can hear it now. All the conversations begin. Well, it's because there's no Champions League drop downs, and oh, they've had a Southgate run to the final. Look, there's always going to be reasons. There's always going to be reasons why somebody's going to diminish our achievement or what we're doing. Just shut it out. You can only beat the teams that are in front of you, and we've done that. We are doing that. So I don't get. I really like. This is one of those things where I don't feel the need to qualify this good feeling to any other supporter base or to any skeptical members of the commentariat or anything like that. Don't need to do that. All that I need to do is enjoy the fact that Tottenham Hotspur are in a European final. And look, as I've said on here plenty of times, right? 17 years ago, we won the League Cup. I was in my early 20s, right? I was in my early 20s. And I thought, this is it. This is it. We've gotten a League Cup over the line. And now we're going to see all these incredible things happen. And Spurs are going to win this and they're going to win that. I'm 40 years old now, like just like that. And we've not won any. And yes, there's been a ride. There's been a brilliant kind of journey under Maurizio Pochettino and all that. I'm not taking away from that at all. But I'm simply saying in terms of winning stuff, we've won nothing in that time, right? This might be the last time Spurs are in a final for another nearly 20 years, 40 years. We don't know what's happening. We don't know if this season is the start of a blip, that next year we go down or what. Who knows? I don't know. All we have is this moment. There is no yesterday. There's no tomorrow. All we have is this moment. And right now, I'm happy and I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying what Spurs are, what we're on the verge of. And, you know, I don't care. Like the conversation already turning to, should they be in the Champions League next year? And it's like, I don't care. I don't like if you don't want us to be in the Champions League next year, I don't care. All I care about is us winning this competition. If we win this competition, fine, right? Fine, great. That's brilliant. And let's just enjoy it. Let's not think about what it leads to. Let's not think about does this. Like, I'm not telling you, look, if you want to do that, you can. I'm just sort of projecting my own feelings onto this, right? I'm not going to take this as a thing of like, finally we've broken our duck, we got the monkey off our back, and now what we're going to do is go and challenge this and challenge. No, I'm simply thinking in terms of this might be the last thing that I ever see Tottenham win. That members of my family ever see Tottenham win. Older members of my family or whatever. Might be the last thing they ever see Tottenham win. I just want to enjoy that. I want to enjoy this exactly for what it is. Tottenham potentially winning a major European competition. Don't care about ramifications. I don't like just that's it. Sorry, I'm labouring the point. As I often do. Freddie Nelson, yes. Thought Basuma was immense tonight, as well as Romero and Van der Ven. Yep. The amount they spoke before the game, I thought would be bad. Just Gem says, I watched it on an Australian channel. He's making history for them over there. And fair play. You know what? Fair play. K9 McGurn one says, going to be horribly nervous, but no reason we can't handle United again. Yes. Gage Tronic says we've beaten United 3 times this season. Yes. Stephen King says there are a few things in life that make me happier than Porro's face when he scores. I could I could mount him. So happy. Coys, coys, coys. Get in there, Stephen. And what a goal as well. Did he mean it? I don't care. It went in. What a goal. Grant Echo Sonic would love a Mikey Moore final. Yeah, imagine it. Imagine one where he announces himself. That boy, 17 years old. Or is he 18 now? I can't remember, whatever. Mark Lobley says, fantastic game management tonight. Ange has to take the plaudits. I hope he enjoyed tonight. If we had won more silverware in recent years, the performance in the league wouldn't be acceptable. But it's fine. It's fine. Llama All Sport says, sorry, mate. Gonna listen tomorrow. I need some Chaz and Dave on now. Not Gertrude tonight, lad. Don't need Gertrude on. Just all the Spurs hits. Maybe a bit of Margate as well. Bit of a banger. Snooker Loopy. Especially if you're a Chinese snooker fan, then Snooker Loopy indeed. I think about 200 million people or something tuned in for the final. Unbelievable stuff. Cameron Arthur says, not the Billabong top again. Mate, it is. It is. I like it. I like it in this weather because it's, I don't know. I like the feel of the material. I do wash it. I have to let you know, I do wash it frequently. It's just nice. I like how it feels. I like that you're studying my wardrobe. I got I had somebody say on it's in the comments, so it wasn't in like the live thing afterwards. Um, but somebody said in one of the comments to one of these a few weeks back, you probably go back and find it if you're that bothered. I think it was one of those when I was like particularly like digging out Ange Postecoglou. Somebody just said, "Mate, you're wearing a cardigan," and it's that amused me. If you are watching, whoever said that, it was quite funny. Um, Wiz Kadira says, "LFG, let them know." Totally Football Card says, "Come on, lads, bring it home from Bilbao. What date is the final? 21st." Uh, Agency Panic says Bentley on TNT playing a blinder. YouTube guy says Coys. I'm just trying to come through this and find out. Somebody thinks I'm being Brexit, but I'm not reading that out because I don't, whatever. Simon Rush, Coys in the pub after watching the game, and most Spurs fans are saying we won't beat United in the final, but right now, nah, Simon, mate, nah, like the man, we will. It's anyone's game. It's anyone's game. Edward P says 90 minutes away from either the best Spurs season in decades or the absolute worst. Up the Ange. Olmo says, here's an interesting one. I'm a Man United fan, and I just want to say I think it will be a good game, but I think we will win because we've been under that pressure before, and that comes into play. You haven't. I mean, we've been in a Champions League final more recently than you have, Olmo. So I think we do have that pressure. We do know that. And also, you're not the Manchester United of old, lad. You're just not. You know, Ricochet Pig, coys, 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 and it's alternating between caps and lowercase ones. Dead Pirate Robert says, ready to be an underdog to a team we've beaten 3 times this year. Let's have it. They can gladly have the pressure. William Gardner, well in, Jack. Hello, William, mate. Yes. We come in set pieces. We did it, mate. We effing did it. Yes. It's just, it's good, isn't it? It's good. Olmo, the Man United fan, keeps going on at the moment. I think, hang on, I'm going to mute him now. Nobody needs this at the moment. Put user in a timeout. There we go, 5 minutes. It's just good, isn't it? It's really nice. It's really nice, this feeling of, I don't know, of Tottenham, like I say, just remembering that they can turn up in these sort of games. I'm just having a look now. Shots 8, shots on target 3 to Bodo's 7 and 8. 69% possession for Bodo, 603 passes, 85% pass accuracy. But it was all limp, wasn't it? They didn't really do anything that meaningful. They just knocked the ball about in midfield. And come on, you Spurs, just say it again. Say it again for the people at the back. Let's just do the players very quickly. Julien Vicario only called into action really properly on one occasion from what I remember, and he pulled off a good save. Good to see a more assured performance tonight from everybody, but him as well. And he's been under pressure lately. He's been looking slightly dodgy lately, and I just think fair enough to him. Pedro Porro, great performance, composed performance defensively and offensively. Got forwards whenever he could, as you'd expect from him. Beautiful goal. Did he mean it? I don't care. He got the goal. He was buzzing about it. He would have been disgustingly unlucky if he'd if that penalty had been given against him. Glad it was over. I mean, it was not in doubt. Like, it was not a penalty, so it shouldn't have been given. Christian Romero, solid as a rock. Captain's performance. Pretty sure he was captain tonight, wasn't he? Captain's performance. Well done. Mickey van der Ven, also superb. at his very best. Didn't let anything past him. Had that one bit in the first half where he basically got fouled simply for being stronger than the guy he was playing against. Um, Good, composed, disciplined. Him and Romero both disciplined. Both both just stuck to task. Did what they had to do. Destiny Udogie, very good. I thought. Look, I'll say honestly, I thought in the first half at times he was a little wasteful in possession. I thought his passing was very erratic at times, but he grew into the game. I think defensively he was very good. He grew into the game, and just it's good to see him getting back to approaching like the sort of the brilliant player that we saw when he first signed for Spurs. And like as I have said in at various points this season, he's a young player and he's been coming back from like pretty big injury. So, just leave him alone. Rodrigo Bentancur and Yves Basuma, I'll do them together. That I just think they were really good. It's quite strange that it feels that this late into Ange's tenure and whatever we're finding our strongest midfield partnership. I think it was always that, wasn't it? And it started off as that, and they've both had their ups and downs, both on and off the pitch. That has definitely sabotaged that relationship and their availability and everything. But when the two of them are on it, and I think they both have been across these two ties, that's our strongest and most balanced midfield, in my opinion. So yeah, let's take that. To Bilbao. Brennan Johnson, fine. Richarlison, again, I felt quite bad for Richarlison getting hooked. He wasn't happy about it, and neither was I. Because anybody who's watched this often will know I dig him out quite a bit, and playing out there on the left, I actually think he's like mad effective. I really do, especially in this sort of system, in these sort of games, when we're playing a bit more kind of doggedly. I think he holds up the ball actually really quite nicely out on the left in that way. And I think he has pretty decent vision. And I think he plays the ball pretty nicely. And I don't know. I just think he's actually really quite effective out there on the left. It's kind of mad. I really like it. I really like the way he's played the past couple of games. I think he's been one of the brightest sparks in the team. I really do. Dejan Kulusevski, let's just hope he's up to speed for the final. Again, tonight is a night for positivity, but a bit of a shadow of his sort of, of I don't want to say of his former self, because he's still a young player and whatever. He's coming back from injury, and I just I don't think he's fit. I don't think he's physically fit, and I don't think he's match fit either. But he's got a couple of weeks ahead of the final, so let's just deal with that. Dominic Solanke, great performance tonight. Again, the sort of performance that we've seen from him, topped with a lovely goal, got on the end of that really nicely, put it away, but pressed, made himself available, held up the ball, linked up play, did not stop running all game. The sort of performance I'd sort of, I don't really want it to sound like a massive criticism, but I feel like we've not seen from him for a while. And it's nice to see him again, like I say, of many of these players show up on the big occasion. Mathis Tell, even though I was sad to see Richarlison go, I was happy to see Tell come on. And I think that speaks to the way I'm feeling about him, and in that overall, I feel like he is a net good. I feel like he's a net good for this side. Will he stay at Spurs? I don't know. Who knows? I couldn't tell you, but he's good. I'm happy to keep him there. Pampa Matsar didn't really have time to come on and affect anything. I'm going to go around in circles. So I'm probably going to leave that one there tonight. Just, yeah, come on, Tottenham. You know, we're there. We're getting closer. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just have our day in the sun, you know? Let's just have our day in the sun. We deserve it. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. I know people will always say, right, oh, you're a Premier League team and you've played in the Champions League. What do you lot know? Try supporting a blah 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 non-league. Doesn't matter, man. Like it's all relative, and relative to where we are, we just get an inordinate amount of crap flung our way constantly. We have so many rival teams as well. We have so many teams that despise us. Like, I know there's the whole hated, adored, never ignored thing, but like it's mostly hated, never ignored with Tottenham. You turn on the darts, it's Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Like you turn on anything, Talksport or Sky Sports, or you go on Twitter, there's some brand or there's someone just having a pop at us. And it grates. It does. It grates on you. It brings you down. Like, yeah, whatever, world's tiniest violin and all that type of thing. But I do think Spurs fans have to put up with a lot of this type of stuff, right? And if we go and do this, if we go and beat the darlings that are Manchester United in a European final, I just think we should just be despicable. And let everybody know, let every single one of them know that we have won something. You've got your photo, we've got our picture there of Son Heung-min holding a trophy in a Tottenham shirt as Tottenham captain. And if he even has to do it John Terry style, get his full kit on after the final whistle, I don't care. He deserves it. He's earned it. It's been 6 years to the day since Ajax, and it's been a weird 6 years as a Spurs fan. Been really strange. From the elation, from the highs of the Maurizio Pochettino era to where we find ourselves domestically this year, that gradual decline, the slow disintegration of one of the greatest Tottenham sides we've ever seen, of seeing our talismanic players one by one retire or leave the club, piece by piece, all of us left with that feeling of what could have been, and the pain of that, the pain of knowing we didn't get anything over the line for Tongan, for Alderweireld, for Dembele, for Ericsson, for Kane, for Son, for Ali. Look at Delhi, man. Look how sad. Look how sad it is for him. We still sing his name. He's still one of us. You know. He quote tweeted that the videos of everybody singing his song in the South Stand last night. For all these sort of lads, not just for us, but for all of these players, for the club, for all of it. Forget Levy, forget all that stuff. Forget whatever the feeling is about Ange Postecoglou right now in the league season. Forget about all the division amongst the fan base. Who deserves to appreciate it? Who deserves to enjoy it? Who forget it all. Just focus on the fact that Spurs are in a major European final. We're there. And if we win it, if we do it, just enjoy it. Just enjoy it like it's the last time you're ever going to see us win anything. Because that's it. That's the only piece of advice. I'm not, as if I'm anybody to give anybody some advice, but that's the only thing I would impart from anybody watching or listening to this is just enjoy this moment and enjoy that cup. Enjoy it. If we do it, just lap up every second of it. Go big. Don't worry about what anyone. It's only this. It's only that. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You only beat this. Oh, you only did it because there's no. Doesn't matter. If we do it, savor every second of it. Love it. Drink it in. Come on, you Spurs. Up the Spurs. Much love to everybody for watching, listening. Leave ratings, whatever. I don't care tonight. Just Do whatever. Much love. Come on, you Spurs.